So we're going to carry on with some guard retention because I think it's quite good. It's quite a good subject. We can carry things on, moving around, play some stuff. Okay. We talked about 3 phases of guard. Right? Engagement. The other one. So engagement, maintenance, and retaining. Yeah, or retention. Okay. So if I've got Chris here. If I'm seated in a guard here, yeah, so I'm seated, we have to first engage before we can do anything. So he'll have to engage with me. If he wins the engagement, so if he manages to put me on my back or whatever, okay, I have now got to go into retention. I've got to try and retain a guard. If I'm able to make connection to him, so if I'm here and I'm able to come here, grab a leg, come into however way I want, I can now go into phase 2, maintaining. Yeah, so I can go to maintain a guard. If he starts to align and starts to get more pressure and starts to pass my legs or pass my guard, I then have to go into retention. Yeah, so then I have to start working on retaining the guard. Yeah, okay. So it's simple, makes sense. We also talked briefly last class about elbow and knee connection. Yeah. So when I'm here and I'm in this position, I could be cross-legged if I wanted. I could be here, but my elbows are in the inside, yeah, here, okay? If Chris is on his back, okay, and he has his elbows on the inside like he should, there's nothing here for me to start trying to try and occupy. Guard pass and the general sort of way of looking at things is to try and occupy the space between his arm and his hip. If I can occupy that space in any way, I've essentially passed the guard. Yeah? Okay? If he's reaching up to me and his hands are away, look at all that space. It's so easy to occupy that space because his arms, his elbows are away from me. As soon as his elbows in that elbow-knee connection, now I have to really try and engage and win a battle to be able to get past the legs. Okay, so here's the first game. Right, we're here. I've got to try and get to try and occupy that space with leg, hip, chest, however way I want to do it, I want to occupy that space. Okay, person on the bottom, I want you to try focusing on your elbow, keeping in your mind attention to elbow and knee connection, whether that be inside or outside, doesn't matter, okay? But I want you to try and retain your guard, yeah? To try and keep your legs in front of you. That makes sense, yeah? Little things, little bits of advice, yeah? If you're flat on your back, yeah, you have limited movement. You have limited movement, yeah? He might be able to shrimp away by keeping his shoulder on the floor, but if he can build up into a base and put his elbow on the floor and then move his hips away, he has got much more, he's much more durable, there's much more space that he can create by coming onto a hand or onto an elbow. Just things to think about, okay? Everyone cool? So, frames, elbow-knee connection, and think about building up your base to be able to use that to generate power to try and get your legs back, all right? Cool? So my goal, try and occupy that space. The other person's goal, try and retain a guard, okay? Do it for a little bit and switch. Yeah, if you manage to get past, switch. Okay. Started seating. Yeah, seated with the elbows in, keeping that nice posture. Cool. Good. Give that a go. 1, 2, 3. Go. That's good. Yeah, jump in a 3. Yeah. So you got to win the engagement. You got to win the engagement. So if he does manage to get his hooks in that, you're going to have to try and fight those hooks away. We'll do 6. If you get to like a closed guard or something like that, then stop. But yeah, try getting off balance. Let's try that. That's good. It's a good shout. So if you manage to get a guard and you manage to off balance the person, reset. Yeah. So if you manage to get a guard or you get connection, so you are now in the maintenance phase, try and off balance the person. Ooh. Good, nice, good work, I like it. Keep those, using those frames. Very nice, good. Collie attack. Ash, you go. You can go from standing. Very gentle, okay? That's what you got to do, very gentle, all right? Try and get a grip, try and put him on his back. What you should notice, if you win that engagement, you'll probably put the person on their back. Good, hands or hips on the floor. Nice. Oh, so there's an arm bar coming in there. Sit, try and step. Can you step over his legs and step around him? Space. Good, try and get that space, Nice one, try and put his legs together. If he closes the guard up, just start again. Can you pull him forward? Lift his hip up. There's hands down. Good. Good work, everyone. Keep going. That wasn't, no. That's it. Try and push the knee on the floor. That's good. Now hold his head and try and step around his legs. Yeah, good. Chest to chest. Yeah, man. Nice. All right, Ash with me. You guys say together. Yeah. How was that? Did you feel a difference when you were trying to keep the elbows in? Yeah, did you find a difference? Did you feel a difference? What did you notice you had to do if they managed to get past your legs? What did you manage to, what did you then have to do? Frame. Excellent. Yeah, so you had to frame, try and build yourself back up to some sort of base and get yourself back in front, yeah? A lot of the time when the person's standing and he's moving around, I'm keeping a frame up anyway and I'm based on the back just to try and keep him in front of me until I find my opportunity to get the engagement, yeah? I start like this though, okay? I come here or here, yeah? If I come here, the only space he's got to go for is around this way, so it's quite difficult for him to come around, so I can block, yeah? So just things to think about with the elbows.
Grabbing a sleeve is a bad idea from the bottom.
Yes. Why was it a bad idea?
Well, he's moved to the side.
He's moved to the side. He's gone. If I grab a sleeve, if I lean out and grab a sleeve, or Chris comes in and grabs a sleeve, and attaches to me, here, yeah? If his elbow's in, all good. But if he's up, yeah? It's quite simple just to get past this. So a real nice guard pass is to get both hands and grab these sleeves and pull them. And pass. Yeah? It's a really, really sound way of passing to come here and grab both sleeves, pull up, yeah? And pull, and all I'm essentially doing is just pulling his elbows away from his hips. Pop. Pass. Yeah? So, and Dan Strauss used to do this all the time. I remember training with him and going, he'll just come here, grab the sleeve, pop, and pass a lot, yeah? So it's a good one. What did you, we spoke about this the other day, but did you find that if you run the engagement phase from standing, you're generally putting the person on their back? Yeah, so here you've got movement, right? And then when he is attached to me, then he may put his back on the floor, yeah? But if I manage to make this engagement work, I'm putting him on the floor, yeah, without any grips a lot of the time, yeah? Okay? All right, cool. So we're going to explore a little bit of a position here, okay? So he's now past my legs, okay? So he's come past my legs, he's pinned my legs, he's come around to one side. I'm going to put one arm on the neck and I'm going to frame off the shoulder. We talked briefly about the principle of retaining guard being trying to block or redirect the leading edge of a guard pass. So if he's passing around here, this leading edge is this shoulder, okay? So I can frame off the shoulder. It's rare, if at all, you're going to frame off the hips. So if he comes around, I start blocking his hips. Yeah, if I block his hips, it's a lot for me to try and block. Also, look how extended my arm is. Yeah, if he just kneels on my arm, so just take this thing and kneel over the top of my arm, he can start removing these quite easily, turning my frames into levers. Yeah, so I'm here. Okay, all I want you to do, person here, is to try and get chest to chest. Yeah, try and get and occupy this space. Okay. My goal, very simple, try and get my legs back in front of me and retain a guard, okay? So I've already messed up. He's already got past my knees in whatever fashion, yeah? He's either pushed them, he's driven from one side. I've got my frame, okay? If you want, you can start here, however way you want, okay? And I want you to get your legs back in front of you. This person's just got to try and take up this space, okay? Cool, good. All right, let's see how you get on with that. Now do 3 minutes. I will talk about it, then we'll do another 3 minutes. We're going to change things slightly. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 minutes. You can start on your hand or your elbow, however way you want. Try both. See what you find. Yeah. Cool. So keep switching, yeah? We'll do 3 minutes, but keep switching. Okay, when you go chest to chest to me. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Well, just chest to chest.
Just get chest to chest on me. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Go. You got him out? Everyone kind of okay with that? Yeah? Chip, please. So this kind of creates a not very intuitive motion, okay? From here. It's already passed, okay? I've got on my elbow or on my, either on my elbow or on my foot. What our natural reaction is, because we're like, okay, I'm gonna try and escape, is to turn in. As soon as I turn in, chest is chest. Yeah, I've given him what I want. Yeah, because I've turned into him. So what would I do? If I'm here, if he's pressuring me, I've got a frame, yeah? He's pressuring to put the chest in. All I really want to try and do is scoot back. Get my legs back in front of me. Yeah, so we're here. Okay, we're moving, yeah, he goes for it. I'm pushing myself away to get my legs back. Yeah? Obviously, people start seeing that, they control the legs, things become a little bit different, but all in all, that's what we're trying to sort of achieve, okay? All right, new goal now. This person here, I'm here, you've got to try and get to what, chest to back. So you've got to try and get to just here. Yeah, just chest on back. Get a little, you can get a grip, either double unders, you can have like hip grips, or over under, however way you want, but just get to the chest to back, yeah? I'm here, I've just got to try and get my legs back in front of me, all right? Everyone cool with that? Cool? All right, play around with that for a little bit. So again, 3 minutes, just nice and easy. And then we're gonna sort of kind of play with that issue a little bit. Everyone good? Right, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And
Sorry, did I?
it's a bit ripping.
Sorry. Yep. Do you feel like turning like that? Yeah. Yeah. When you got hit, right, yeah. Step around me there. That was quick.
I'd love it. I would love it. Ashisms. I'd love it. I'd buy it. UK bestseller. Did you? No, you didn't. Was it cool? Oh, great. When you remember, tell us. Great. How did you find that? Did that work at all? Was it helps? Yeah, quite good. I thought it was quite a nice way of looking at it, but it does reiterate that principle of blocking or redirecting the leading edge. Yeah. So that head there, or this head, or the shoulder, if I can frame by blocking or using to redirect, it gives you the opportunity to be able to get your legs back. What Chip was saying as well was, even if you start losing this or losing this, as you start to get close, you can then start to come around onto the elbow and then pushing the elbow away. Yeah. So you've still got, you've got a progression. You've got a progression there. Yeah. So I've come in, I can't get back here. It starts coming forward. I come here. No, maybe if I can end up coming underneath the underhook to lift and push, redirect. So there's different ways you can look at this, but it comes down to that same principle of blocking and redirecting the leading edge. Yeah. If someone's gone past. The other thing to think about is your hip movement. Again, this is another one of these, if it feels wrong, it's probably right, yeah, okay? Because you're turning away from the person slightly. So when I'm here, look, I'm turning and I'm bringing my hips back, yeah? If you turn in, as soon as you turn in, you give them the pass, yeah? And I want you to kind of think about that a little bit, because next week we're going to play around with like Granbys and how we'd use a Granby to finish it. Granby rolls don't necessarily mean you have to go fully inverted, yeah, but it's just coming up with your hips enough to be able to use your hips as a frame, yeah, because all we're essentially doing is building frames to get ourselves back, yeah. So look, this is, my knees are a frame, yeah, so if he's coming in close, my knees are a frame, my elbows are a frame, and as he comes in close, my hips can be a frame to come back, yeah. And that's kind of where we're going to head with this a little bit next week. So if you want to look it up, get some ideas. Might post a video for you guys to play around with. Everyone cool? Okay, we're going to do a few 3-minute rounds. Call it a little bit earlier because we're going to go and jump in the sea. So I'll tomorrow morning, 6 a.m, bright and early. Rachel's bang up for it. 6 a.m. we're in. We're going to do, so it's going to be self-directed. So the idea of that is, it's not like an open mat in the sense of just coming in, do whatever the hell you want, and we just roll and stuff like that. Okay, if you want to roll, it's cool. Yeah, the idea of the session is that you come in with an idea for yourself to work on. Right, I want to work on this. Tomorrow's the first one, so I don't expect everyone's coming with loads of really interesting stuff, but come up with some ideas that you want to work with. Do a little bit of research for yourself. I want to work on this. I've seen this. I've seen that. Do a little bit of your own research. Come in. I want to work on this, and then you can invent games yourself that's going to help you work on those specific details. Might be, for example, I want to work on my leg lock, so I've got to work on trying to control the leg. So I'll get myself into a leg entanglement position. I'm going to just try and keep control of the leg the whole time the other person's going to defend. Do that for 3 minutes. Then we'll switch. The other person will do whatever they want to do. They might want to work on triangles. So I might be asked, okay, can you just put one hand on the floor from side to side? Then I can start trying to find access to try and get a triangle. Yeah? Something like that. That's just something simple. But that's the idea, is to come in with your own sort of ideas of what you work on. We're going to work on stuff for an hour, roll around, do some training, and then go to work. Great. Okay, so we'll do a few 3-minute rounds now. We'll just carry that on and we'll go from there. Everyone cool? 1, 2, 3.
peace underneath the palm trees. Time don't matter when your mind stays free. Feeling irie, just the ocean and me. Lighter flicks and my thoughts unwind. Colors melt and the stars align. No need to rush, I'm taking it slow. Life tastes better when you let it roll. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 ways to ease the mind. Let the world fade, we on island time. Baseline deep like the roots of the trees. Herb in the air blowing sweet melodies. Eyes half closed, still seeing the light. Soul on fire, but the vibes stay right. Laughing easy, dancing low. Pass it around, let the good times grow. Moonrise coming, still riding the wave. High on life, with nothing to say. Drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 ways to ease the mind. Let the world fade, we on island time. Take a breath, take a hit. Let it all fade just a little bit. Clouds roll in, but the heart stay bright. We vibing through the day and into the night. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 ways to ease the mind. Let the world fade, we on island time. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 love in every line. One more pull and I'm feeling fine. Take a breath, take a hit. Let it all fade just a little bit. Clouds roll in, but the heart stay bright. We vibing through the day and into the night. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 ways to ease the mind. Let the world fade, we on island time. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 love.